Good morning. It's a twin day. Oh, that's a lot of light. Hey, Tanya. I saw Jeffrey was going, but sorry if I pulled you away from that. Hi, Nina. The babies are quiet, so see if I can get a little less light. Hi, everybody. There, that's a little better. Right? Totally. And it's not even our Tao Te Ching day, it's our Course in Miracles day, so it's like extra bonus flattery. Good morning. So we're down in, I'm down in Loganville today. It's a Course in Miracles book day. Thanks. The kids still have their cold, so they're whiny. I still have my cold and all our household events, so I'm a little whiny too. So I'm glad we get to do this every day because it distracts from the daily life stuff that you're just like, I don't really want to deal with this right now. I think I'll just go talk about Course in Miracles. And today I just did a flip open on the book because I left the Holy Shift thing at home. It's on my Kindle, and then I forgot to check my Kindle app before I got on. Hey, Michelle. I feel like that light is really blinding, but we're just going to ignore it. So, today, I actually am feeling better. I have to maybe attribute that to the oregano. So I was pretty sick yesterday, and I don't feel great today either, but my nose is more clear, my eyes are not running, and I feel a little better. I do feel a little better. So, in spite of getting up at 4. Yeah, my congestion's a lot better. So, oregano, let's, do it another couple days. I just put it on my skin today because just can't handle it in my stomach. I just can't do oils in my stomach. It gives me terrible heartburn. It doesn't seem to matter which oil I use. I get terrible heartburn from it. So just did it on my feet today. So today I flipped open to the text in this here book, Course in Miracles book. And I flipped open to the last part of chapter, okay, so it's all complicated. Chapter 18 is called The Passing of the Dream. Hi, Linda. And section 7, verse 8 is where I'm going to start. And then I'm going to read to you about from section 8 in chapter 18. Good morning. Verses 1 and maybe 2. We might skip around a little bit. He's still in bed, so he's a body person. So he's not verbally acknowledging a lot of emotion, but his body shows it. He's a kinesthetic learner too. And you guys have heard me talk about his mom before, so there's that mixed bag of like, oh, thank God we never have to deal with her again, and then feeling bad about feeling that way. So, for me, it's like, well, I never have to watch you hurt him again, but I have to watch him go through all that. Yeah. I'm sad for him. And, yeah, so that part. Because I know once it hits him, it'll hit him hard. It hasn't really hit him yet. So, yeah. And, for anyone who doesn't know, my husband's mom passed away yesterday, and we didn't find out till much later in the afternoon because he was sleeping. Yeah, he'll grieve in his own way. And he, thank you. Men grieve differently than women anyway. Hi, Joanne. I love your organizing tips. Thank you. Men grieve differently than women. Like, we want to talk about it, and they don't. Like, he may spend a lot more time outside. Good morning. Thank you. Hello. So, thanks. I appreciate all the support. Course in Miracles, chapter 18 in the text. Let's read a little bit. Chapter 18, section 7, verse 8. Thank you. We're just chit-chatting. About Heath and his mom. So, it's those complicated love-hate relationships. Here's the bottom line with my husband and his mother. He got to say everything he needed to say before we left Colorado because he knew we weren't going to come back. She had a number of health issues, and so he knew that the chances were high that he might not see her in person again. So they had some massive blowouts that didn't do any good except for him being able to get stuff off his chest. Hi, Carla. And so he got that, and they were talking and on good terms when she died. So there's that piece. At least that piece is tied up. Good morning. Yeah. Baby's in the background. So when I flipped open to the book this morning, because I just did a flip open, random grab. Thank you. Yeah, it is important. That kind of last wrapping up things. So it's saying in section 7 that heaven is not a place, it's a perception. That we create our own heaven and hell here in our heads, which I think we can agree on that. What we're thinking makes a heaven or a hell of whatever we're looking at or thinking about. So it says that to do nothing is to rest and make a place within you where the activity of the body ceases to demand attention. And into this place the Holy Spirit comes and there abides. He will remain when you forget and when the body's activities return to occupy your conscious mind. Yet, and this is verse 8, yet there will also be this place of rest to which you can return, and you will be more aware of this quiet center of the storm than all its raging activity. This quiet center in which you do nothing will remain with you, giving you rest in the midst of every busy doing on which you are sent. For from this center will you be directed how to use the body sinlessly. It is this center from which the body is absent that will keep it so in your awareness of it. So this has to do with what we were talking about yesterday, and I always think it's interesting when I do a book flip and it comes up that's something we've been talking about already. So we talked either yesterday or the day before about that stillness at the bottom of the ocean while the frothing and the waves and the activity and stuff is going on the surface. And that's what they're talking about here, that it's the body's awareness of all the activity because the mind influences the body so strongly. It's the mind and the body, the superficial body or the nervous systems that we impact with our drama thinking, our catastrophizing, that is that frothy surface stuff. But that quiet center way down deep, and I always think of that as in my gut, like in your gut brain, your second brain, your emotional brain almost, that's where that peaceful point is. Yeah, it's in that still space. That still, quiet, unceasing, never-ending connection to source in your gut. I swear I feel it. And that never goes away. Like, once you've experienced that and you've experienced the difference and you've experienced a crisis happening and yet still feeling that calmness, so feeling the surface waves tossing in white caps and hurricanes or whatever, and also being aware of the underneath, that deeper part that's not disturbed by all the surface stuff, because the surface stuff comes and goes, and that part of you knows that without a doubt. It doesn't forget. It knows that is all just you know, the comings and goings of our physical reality. So it doesn't worry about it. That part doesn't worry about bills or family deaths or cat deaths or any of the other dramatic things that can happen. Cat death is a different subject. Not one of my cats. My cats are all fine. But a friend's cat that we adopted a cat to died yesterday too. So it's like, you know, and that one bothered me. Not the other one. So, God. It says it gives you rest in the midst of every busy doing on which you are sent. In my mind, that's the having to pay bills and having to go to the grocery store and drive around in traffic. Yeah, it was that little kitten, Catherine. The mama and the kitten. And the mama went to my friend Terry and the kitten went to my friend Erin. And she got run over by a car. Which is why we have a cat fence, because we don't want to lose ours. We can't handle the anxiety of them going missing, so. So when you're out doing all that stuff, when you're dealing with family drama, thanks. Yeah, I was sorry to hear it too. She called me last night. Well, she had called me when Scamp went missing, and then she called me last night and said that, you know, it was not good news. If I didn't have that awareness of that center quietness, I'd probably lose my mind. If I wasn't constantly reaching for that eye in the storm, that calm center with everything else that gets stormy. Like, my life's been pretty calm for quite a while, and here lately it's had some storms in it, just from various things. Nothing, you know, too horrible, nothing that can't be overcome, but just a lot of mental activity and a lot of things that I could get distracted by. Uh-oh. You stuck? You're not stuck. You're fine. Silly girl. Those things could really pull me off center if I wasn't practiced in always, good morning, Jenna, in always reaching for that center place, that what they're talking about, this place of rest to which you can return. It's imperceptible when you start floating up toward the surface. Yeah. We're not always aware of the process of transition. We know more about before and after. I was upset and now I'm not. I was, yeah, I feel better today. Thank you. I was in crisis and now I'm calm. We're not always aware until we're doing this all the time of the process of moving from one state to another. As you do it more, you will become aware of that process of coming back up to the surface, or, you know, going from the chaotic mind into that center quiet space. You are aware of that transition. Yeah, just a little off. Yeah. And then you recognize that you're fine again. So over time, you start to become aware of when you're slipping off center, when your cheese is slipping off your cracker. You start to feel it happening and you pull yourself back sooner, and you're aware of the process, the incremental, you're way off. Oh, let's read that again. When you recognize the need to do nothing is when you can drop into wordlessness, what Martha Beck calls wordlessness. Yeah. Your cheese slips off your cracker. My cheese slips off my cracker often, but I catch it slipping off these days. So yet there will always be this place of rest to which you can return, and you will be more aware of this quiet center of the storm than of all its raging activity. I think I saw Chris come in. Hi, Chris. When you start reaching for that center quiet, that heaven on earth space, that spiritual silence, you enjoy that place so much that when you start to lose it, you go back there faster because it's just so peaceful there. It's just so quiet and restful. It's like that deep, deep rest, mental rest, relaxation that then lets the body rest. If we can relax our mind, our body follows. So from that center, you know what to do. When your mind is in the hell of the stormy waves and stuff on top of the water, you don't really know what to do. And usually when we act from that place, we don't do things that are in our best interest, or we waste a lot of time and we take action too soon and we have to backtrack, or, you know, even worse, we have to start all over because we're not taking action from an inspired place. We're taking action from a reactive, tossed up, chaotic, you know, hurricane-ish type mind space. So until you're back in that quiet center, you can't hear that still small voice. And it's the still small voice that tells you what to do, that even if it on the surface it doesn't look like the right thing to do, it always turns out to be the right thing to do. It is this center that will keep it so in your awareness of it. It is only the awareness of the body that makes love seem limited. For the body is a limit on love. You used to yell a lot and now you can't stand that energy at all. Yeah. Once you've like weaned yourself off of yelling, to yell, like it would probably now take so much for you to go back to yelling that it would have to be something pretty extreme. I used to yell a lot too. That's quite a bit of a yeller. And sometimes used to, a long time ago when I'd get really mad, I'd throw stuff. Like, not at people, but I would throw things. Like, throw things on the floor, or if something was in my hand, I might fling it across the room. That's not healthy. That was a long time ago, though. The belief in limited love was its origin, and it was made to limit the unlimited. So our bodies, being in a body, it makes us think we're separate from each other, because we can see our body and we can touch it and we can see that I have one and you have one, and we don't look like we're one when we're each wearing our particular bodies. But it isn't true. So everything you recognize, you identify with outside of yourself is body related, and you cannot even imagine God without a body. Because the body can't know. It has awareness, but its awareness is limited. It says the body is a tiny fence around a little part of a glorious and complete idea. I like how they say that. It draws a circle around a tiny little segment of heaven, splintered from the whole, and we decide that it's our kingdom and that God doesn't live there. And when this kingdom exists, the ego rules, and it's a cruel ruler. So recognizing that neither the sun nor the ocean is aware of all this strange and meaningless activity. Course in Miracles today. Yesterday was the Tao Te Ching. Yay, have fun. Drive safe. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming by. What's the matter, baby? Uh-oh. The tragedy of the crayon stuffed under the treadmill belt. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here. You got it crammed too far under there. There you go. Whoops. That one. We got both of them sitting on the treadmill today. Mom, you're freaking me out. Oh. Oh. You're lovely too, Carla. Yes, poor little thing. And you're like, oh no. It's a hard habit to break, or it can be. So the sun is not aware of all our thrashing around. Neither is the ocean. They just continue on, unaware that they are feared and hated by a tiny segment of themselves. That's what they're saying about, yes, definitely. What are you crying for? She's not having such a great day. Oh, yeah, that's awful. So, here, babies. Paper. Paper for coloring. Because coloring is fun. Here you go. Here's a crayon. Here you go. Get down there and color on that paper. Oh no, what happened? Oh my god, that sucks. Oh, bummer. You're eating up your data plan. Oh my god, I'm so dependent on the internet. When ours goes out, I feel like I'm just going to die. I get really dramatic and super whiny about it. Okay, so this chapter is... Oh no, Sarah! That's awful! We had such bad storms and patchy power yesterday. It must have moved its way over. Hey, Amanda. It must have come over to your part of the world. I'm so sorry. So, they're using this sun and ocean as a metaphor for God. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm just going to totally die without internet. Amanda, Sarah's without power, which means her Wi-Fi is gone. And we're talking about how we just feel like we're going to die if we lose our internet service. So let me read this to you. Yet neither sun nor ocean is aware of all this strange and meaningless activity. I know, right? They merely continue unaware that they are feared and hated by a tiny segment of themselves, and even that segment is not lost to them, for it could not survive apart from them. And what it thinks it is in no way changes its total dependence on them for its being. Its whole existence still remains in them. Without the sunbeam would be gone. The ripple without the ocean is inconceivable. So that's a little bit deep right there. The sun does not know or care if a sunbeam sees itself as separate, because it knows that it's not. Without the sun, there is no sunbeam. So even when we imagine ourselves to be separate from the universe, to be separate from the source of all that is doesn't come down and spank us for that. It doesn't reject us for thinking that, because it's not even aware of that. It's saying that the sun and the ocean can't even conceive of the concept that there might be parts of itself that think they are separate from the whole, because, you know, that's ridiculous. So when people say that they're being punished, I don't believe that, because I believe that the source is an impersonal love that never stops loving. That's a human concept, is that if you don't do it right, you're going to get a smackdown. If you don't follow, it just is. It's there when we're ready to come back. Yes, like when babies don't understand they're separate. Yeah, babies are a good example. Me too. Me too, Miss Amanda. Organized religion can get us there. Do you want one of these crushed up cookie crumbs? They look kind of gross. Ugh. Nastiest cookie on earth. Here, why don't you just dig around in there and have fun? Go to town on those. Oh my god, you're getting one too. Here. One of the twins thought she wasn't getting a cookie while the other twin was. That's what that squeal was about. Baby cookies are disgusting because they turn into this glutinous mass of disgustingness. So, the fragment of your mind is such a tiny part of the universe that if you could appreciate the whole, you could see that it's like the smallest sunbeam to the sun, or the faintest ripple on the surface of the ocean. In its amazing arrogance, this tiny sunbeam has decided it is the sun. Oh. Oops. Oh, you guys. Yeah. So they're 18 months old, and they already know that to swipe things away from each other. So you can't give a set of twins one bag of cookies. Well, let me get you something. Hold on a second, guys. Let me get you something. Oh. Here. Come up here. Look, it's coming. Look, it's coming. We have a perfect metaphor playing out right in front of us. Here. Here. We don't know when the universe is bringing us stuff. So sometimes we throw ourselves on the ground and cry because we think it's never coming. You're back! We're feeding bananas to screaming toddlers. The tiny sunbeam decided it is the sun and therefore feels totally responsible for everything. Babies are another good example of how we ask for stuff. We ask for a particular thing in life. Yes, bananas. Settling toddlers down for millions of years. We ask for things to come and then we don't wait. If it doesn't happen fast enough, we sit on the floor and start screaming and yelling when really we just need to give God/Grandma time to go get the banana. We freak out if we don't get it right now. We're very toddler-like in our perceptions of God. So, you know, they don't speak the same language yet. So I can't say, I tell them, I'll be right back. I'm getting you what you want. But they don't understand that. So all they know is they want something and I'm walking away from them. They don't have a concept that I have to go get it. Come on, God, I prayed last night. Where's my enlightenment? Jeez. Why aren't you listening to me? Why am I not being heard? Wah. We're toddlers. We stay toddlers. We just transfer. We knew, Catherine. We just transfer our toddler demands from our mom to God, right? I used to think that about the cats that I used to have to trap. I know, right? They always give me material. Children are infinite material. I asked for more money. And because we're okay, this has actually happened. They've gotten themselves, babies are teachers. So they want something. I go to get it. They're in such a snit when I get back. Their eyes are shut and their hands are balled up. And it takes them like a full 30 seconds to a minute to calm down to see that I am holding it right there in front of their face. And I'm like, open your eyes. It's right here. Your banana's right here. Open your eyes. And they're like, ah! They can't even see it. Here. So I'm bringing it to them and they can't calm down. And until they calm down and open their eyes, they don't even see that it's there. Here, sweetie. Here. That's the same for us, right? I wanted a blue cup, not this disgusting green cup. We're like that with our stuff too. We're like that with our manifestation too. We get ourselves into such a snit that we can't receive what is right in front of us. Yeah, what we want is on Peace Street. Our home is on Peace Street. And you have to be at your home on Peace Street to receive all the things you've been asking for. Now what are you crying about? Here. So that's the toddler version of A Course in Miracles. Toddlers acting out Course in Miracles right in front of us. The sun nor the ocean is even aware of all this strange and meaningless activity. That's why God isn't the one that wins the football game. I don't want this job. I want one where I can make $1 million and never come to work. Wah! And then we get impulses to go talk to people and we don't hear them because we're screaming so loud that we don't have it yet. His daddy's spoiling too much. Oh. So we're the same. We haven't changed. Don't we all? Right. Each body seems to house a separate mind, a disconnected thought, living alone and in no way joined to the thought that created it. Thought with a capital T. Each tiny fragment seems to be self-contained, needing another for some things, but by no means totally dependent on its creator for everything. That's us. Each body seems to house a separate mind, a disconnected thought, feeling so alone, feeling so misunderstood, feeling like we came from another planet. I don't know what these lights on my face are, but from the window. We'll acknowledge that we need each other for some things, but we won't admit that we need our creator for everything. But our creator doesn't notice that. It doesn't notice that we're out here thrashing around. It will still continually give. It will still continually shine on us. And we can thrash around. And when we're done thrashing around, we can open our hands and open our eyes and we can get our banana. Me too. Yeah. Yes. Me too. So if you want your banana, be patient. Yes. Recognizing our sameness when we say, that's what makes meta prayer so good, is because you know in any given moment that someone is suffering. And you know that by easing their suffering, you're easing your own suffering. This is like one of the best things you can do for yourself when you're depressed is to go help someone else. There's that instinctual part of us that knows going out and helping someone else reminds us that we're connected. We know this stuff. My meditations, the guided meditations and things that I do are all designed to remind you that you already know this stuff. Yes, when you feel helpless, help someone. It gives a place for your energy to go. It helps reconnect you to the source. And saying a change me prayer is good in that too. Like, change me into someone who can recognize our oneness. Change me into someone who opens their eyes and opens their hands. Change me into someone who can receive. Going in one direction for so long, the inertia of that, I needed to slow way the fuck down. So be it. Yes. Change me prayers are good in those situations. Change me into someone who can wake up. Change me into someone who's aware. Change me into someone who sees our united humanity. Our spiritual connection. So we know it. We just need help seeing it. And it's okay to ask for that help to see it. What? What? You have a dog hair on your face. Yuck. They just need to be reminded. Hanging out with babies can remind you too.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. Say hi, baby. Yeah. They're sick. They have a cold. Oh gosh. They actually went to the doctor yesterday. Hi. She's saying more hi, less die lately. Here, you want to stand up? Oh. So, babies remind you. What do you want? The cookie bag that you fought your sister over? Here. Here you go. Want it? It's just crumbs. It's just crumbs in there. There's nothing good in it. So, how often do we do that too? Give me that. Oh, I don't like that. Give me that. No, I don't want that. Yeah. Yeah. Smiles for miles. She's frustrated because, yeah, I want it, but not in that shape. I want it, but not that color. Not that way. A different way. A different color. Expectations rob us of our divinity. Yes, they do. Fighting reality. Expectations is fighting reality. That's how we do it. We expect it to be a certain way, and when it's not, we fight it, and we argue with it, and we say should a lot. Oh. I have to get out the vacuum later. All those cookie crumbs just went on the carpet. We fight reality through our expectations. Oh, now you want down to go swim around in the cookie crumbs? Help yourself. Help yourself. When you catch yourself, it shouldn't be this way. They shouldn't do that. Expectations in marriage, yes. Expectations in marriage is a setup for failure. Acknowledging that person is who that person is sets you free to get closer to unconditional love. So, if you don't see a person clearly for who they are, you can't decide what you want your interactions to be. Because you're constantly projecting. Marriage should be an exploration. That should be probably in a fortune cookie. That would be a great fortune cookie to get. A joint exploration. Joint explorations is what they do in Colorado. It should be fluid, not static. Yeah, it's always changing. We can get into trouble with that too. Like, well, this is how you were a year ago. How come you're different now? My husband's going to be different now after the death of his mom. He's going to be a different person. And so the best thing I can do is to step way back from that and be there when asked, and be there just in general, with the understanding that death of a parent changes us. That's awesome, Michelle. That's great. You want your turn up here, banana face? Yuck. Yuck. This one's the real whiner today. Yes, age does help. I want to be held, but I don't want to be held. No, baby, can't have that. You have this? No, I don't want that. See, nothing's good enough today. Uh-oh, toddler tantrum. Whee! Uh-oh. Okay, all right. All right. Might be an early nap kind of day. Well, hang on, honey. Here. Might have to be an early nap. Here. Yeah, it is. It's better, though. It's a lot better. The drive makes it hurt. But it's not, it's not keeping me up at night or anything like that. There you go. You want to play with this? Here. You play with that? I think this is just one of those cranky kind of days. Babies are cranky. Grandma's getting over a cold. Gigi's tired. So these are like cuddle days, right? We don't try to accomplish a whole lot. Thank you, Linda. I think it will in time. We don't accomplish our fight reality on cranky days. Come here. Come here. We just cuddle. Right. We just cuddle and whine and watch Sesame Street. Thank you, baby. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Look, look, look. Hearts. See? Say hi, baby. Wave hi to that baby. Wave hi to that cranky baby. It's so soft. And of course she's reaching for like everything she can't have. Thank you. Thank you. Nope. Tantrum. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna go. Look at these hearts. Look at those. She's still reaching for everything she can't have, so I think I'm gonna go. Thank you. I didn't have a lot to offer today, but oh. Hey, Avery, say bye-bye. Say bye. Oh, okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow from home where it's quieter, and we'll just watch Sesame Street here. Oh, I feel like I'm just winging shit off the top of my head today. not any real structure. Love you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. That's some good shit. Okay. Oh, all right. Now we're building up for a full-blown tantrum. Yay, toddlers! It's temporary. Toddlerhood is temporary. Toddlerhood is temporary. Okay. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.